Hi, welcome to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and today we will be looking at two of Dyson's next generation cordless stick vacuums, the V10 and V11 models. I'll be comparing these two products in depth to help you decide which is better for your needs. So this comparison will be for the V10 Absolute and the V11 Torque Drive models, which are available in the North American market. First, I'll be looking at the similarities and differences between these products, then move to the results of the tests I did. For more information about these two vacuums, please check the links at the description below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I publish new reviews. Comment below for your questions or suggestions. And now, let's get started. The first thing we'll look at is the design of these vacuums. The V10 and V11 are Dyson's next generation stick vacuums with the redesigned dust cup that was first seen in the V10. This change allowed Dyson to put in a larger capacity canister as well as improve the airflow since the motor and bin are aligned in a straight line. The V10 and V11 have the same dust cup design and capacity of zero point 0.2 gallons or 770 milliliters, which is up to the fill line, so both vacuums register a point here. Both have the same point and shoot approach of emptying dirt, which in my opinion is a good system as the hygienic apparatus pushes it down. Another similarity is the trigger that is a staple on all of their cord-free products over the years. Dyson doesn't have a trigger lock that other manufacturers like Tineco or Roborock have put into theirs, but I've seen merchants in Amazon selling devices for this purpose, so I'll post a link below if you want to have a look. The filter placement is similar, but the V11's version is slightly larger. Both these stick vacuums have the torque drive cleaning head that works best on carpet, but also very usable on hard surfaces thanks to the adjustable gates. The V10's version is slightly wider than the V11, but the design of the brush is almost similar. Lastly, the V10 and V11 have interchangeable tools that make it possible to use it as a handheld with relative ease. Now let's look at the differences and upgrades that the V11 has over the V10. When the V10 was first launched several years ago, it retained the same slide switch as the V8, but it added an extra middle setting that was an excellent compromise between runtime and power. The V11 did away with that switch and now utilizes a single button behind the motor to choose between three different settings. The V11 Torque Drive has the LCD screen that provides real-time updates with regards to how much battery time is remaining, while the Animal version doesn't have this LCD screen but an LED display with icons. Another upgrade worth noting is the dynamic load sensor in the V11 that automatically increases power when transitioning from hard floors to carpet and decreases suction when moving from carpet to hard surfaces. I personally like this feature because it takes away the need to fiddle with a switch. The V10 Absolute comes with both the fluffy and torque drive attachment, while the V11 torque drive only has the standard brush roll. While it performed well on hard surfaces during my tests, I would prefer the soft roller for cleaning hard floors because of the amount of padding it has that prevents scuffing. The V11 has the fluffy tool, but it's only available in Dyson UK with the Absolute version, while the Asian markets have the fluffy variant. So if you live in the US, your best option would be using the soft roller of the V10 as it is compatible with the V11. Now let's move on to the test results. First, we'll look at the cleaning performance. Now there isn't much of a difference between these two vacuums when it comes to cleaning surface dirt. Both are excellent options. The V10 and V11 will do a superb job at picking up debris on various surfaces, but each has its own strength. The V10, for instance, thanks to the soft roller attachment, will do a better job at cleaning hard surfaces, particularly sand. That's not saying that the torque drive attachment of the V11 does poorly, but the fluffy tool is more efficient even at the lowest setting. In the sand on hard floor test, both picked up close to 100%, but you can clearly see that the V10 did not leave a trail on the forward pass, while the V11 did. So between the two, I would opt for the V10 as it will clean hard floors better. On carpet, it's a different story as the V11's bump in airflow make it a better option on this surface. While the V10 cleans surface dirt as well as the V11, when it comes to cleaning embedded gunk, the V11 does it better for a longer period. So I did a few tests to see how well these two vacuums compare. First is the deep cleaning test, where I rub 100 grams of sand on carpet. The V11 picked up an average of 99.97% in the auto or medium setting, while the V10 only picked up an average of 81.35% in two tests. In the max setting, the V11 was able to gobble up a whopping 114% of sand. If you're asking where the excess came from, it's from the previous deep cleaning tests, while the V10 only picked up an average of 97%. When you factor in the runtime, the V11 is the better option when it comes to deep cleaning carpet. Another test I did was a side-to-side test on mid-pile carpet to check how well these vacuums will pick up dust and other contaminants that builds up over time. Notice that I didn't scatter any debris on it, and the carpet looks fairly clean except for a few coffee stains. First, I set the V10 on the max setting and the V11 on the medium or auto setting, then proceeded to clean each side with 5 to 6 forward and backward passes on both directions to see how much it can pick up. And here are the results. There isn't much of a difference between the two. You can say that the V10 picked up more sand than the V11, but otherwise it looks almost the same. Then I ran the V11 again, this time at the max setting, on the whole carpet to see if it will be able to pick up more debris, and here's what it gathered up. One reason why the V11 does better on carpet is that it has more airflow. In my tests, the V11 produces over 53 CFM at the cleaning head and over 66 CFM at the wand, while the V10 has a little over 49 CFM at the cleaning head and around 59 CFM at the wand. So when it comes to airflow, the V11 is better. The V11 also runs longer in the different power settings. With the main cleaning head attached, it exceeded 74 minutes at low, 46 minutes at the middle setting, and 7 minutes at the max. While the V10 only clocked in at 46 minutes at low, 25 minutes at medium, and 5 minutes at the highest setting. So there's quite a disparity when it comes to runtime. I posted the complete results of the runtime test on my blog, so please check it out below. So when you factor in the bump in airflow with the increased runtime, the V11 easily wins this round. Based on the sound meter, the Dyson V11 is the noisier option, topping out at 78.9 decibels at the highest setting, while the V10 is slightly less noisy, topping out at 76.7 decibels at the highest setting. To give an idea how these two vacuums sound with the torque drive attached, please listen to this. Even if the sound meter says that the V10 is less noisy, the ear tests say that the V10 torque drive produces more vibration. The V11's motor is louder, but they did a better job at muffling the vibration. Fortunately for the V10, the soft roller attachment isn't as noisy. Since the V10 and V11 are both loud in their own way, I did not give a point to either one. When it comes to ergonomics and weight, there isn't much of a difference between these two vacuums cleaning floors and upholstery. Though the V10 is slightly larger and heavier because of the bigger motor and battery, it doesn't feel that much heavier than the V10. Though the V10 soft roller has a much lighter steering than the torque drive on hard surfaces. The V10 wins this round, but not by much since it is lighter and the soft roller steers around furniture better. Lastly, we'll compare price. With the release of the V11 outsize, the V11 torque drive's price has gone down but only by a little bit, while the V10 is much cheaper right now than it was a year ago. Please check the links below for the latest prices. The huge price drop makes the V10 a more attractive option than the V11. So you may be asking, which of the two is the better option? For me, it's all about the need. For people looking for a stick vacuum that can clean lots of carpet, the V11 is the obvious choice, since it will run longer and deep clean better. The V10 is a better option inside homes with only hard floors or a mixture of carpet and hard surfaces, but it won't run as long as the V11. Even if the V10 lacks the convenience features that the V11 has, such as the LCD screen with the timer and the dynamic load sensor, the V10 is much cheaper and cleans almost as well, so you'll have to weigh the trade-offs. I hope this review helps you decide between the Dyson V10 and V11, and if it does, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get the latest updates when I publish new reviews. If you have any questions, please send them below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And I'll see you in the next video.